Final Fantasy VI revolves around a group of characters who are struggling to cope with trauma and loss. The main protagonist, Terra, also known as Tina in the original Japanese version, is a woman who has been experimented on and abused, which has left her with severe emotional scars. Throughout the game, Terra must confront her past and come to terms with her identity, which is a powerful metaphor for the journey of self-discovery and healing that many people with mental health struggles must live. My name is Theology. I'm a DJ and a producer of club-ready video game remixes, and I'm also a mental health activist. This video is the second installment in my series on video games and mental health. Today we'll be discussing Final Fantasy VI and its powerful portrayal of mental health in its storyline, specifically by analyzing the journey of Terra. In general, Final Fantasy VI is known for its complex characters and themes, and it offers a unique perspective on how mental health is portrayed in real life. Other than Terra, another character in Final Fantasy VI who deals with mental health struggles is Celeste. She experiences feelings of isolation and abandonment, which lead to her questioning her self-worth and identity, a common struggle with those who often feel alone and unsupported. Even the game's villain, Kefka, is a character who represents the truly destructive forces of not taking your mental health seriously. He is driven by a desire for power and control, which ultimately leads to his downfall. Kefka serves as a reminder of the importance of seeking help and support when you are struggling, as neglecting or withholding your feelings can at times have devastating consequences. When power and control become the forefront of desire instead of love, the potential to harm others in such a quest for dominion grows exponentially. I mainly want to focus on Terra though because, well, her story made me cry multiple times while playing through this game, but as a disclaimer, every Final Fantasy game that I've played has made me cry because I was touched by the story, except for Final Fantasy I, which made me cry because it was so hard. Terra is a central character in Final Fantasy VI, and her mental health struggles are a significant part of her journey in the game. Terra was born with magical powers, which are highly desired by the Empire that rules the world of the game. As a result, she has spent most of her life as a captive of the Empire, forced to use her powers for their benefit. Wow, exploitation. I know a lot of us can relate to the systems of our society forcing us into situations we don't want to be in to please the overlords, but I digress. It's abysmal, and I see several parallels in the life that Terra lived. However, Terra's exploitation is beyond disgusting, and this is made very apparent throughout the game's dialogue. Terra's mental health struggles begin with her deep-seated feelings of inadequacy and worthlessness, and I know many of us can relate to this from time to time. We've all felt less than at some point, whether or not this is caused by things we can control. Because of being raised in captivity, Terra had never known anything outside the Empire's control. She had been told her entire life that her worth was tied to her magical abilities, and she struggled greatly with the feeling that she was nothing more than a tool for others to use and abuse. It's really easy to hold on to lies that we may have been told about our self-worth, which can become a mantra we speak to ourselves internally and eventually believe. Whether you are told by outside sources or you tell yourself internally that you are not enough, or that your purpose lies in only one thing and you are worthless outside of that, lies that get repeated often eventually become true for us. Terra's story is no different. I'm hoping we can realize that we are who we say we are. No one should be allowed to have that kind of power over us. We should not willfully let liars have power over how we perceive ourselves. Defining who we are belongs to us, and us alone. Terra's struggles intensify when she begins to experience intense panic attacks over having intense flashbacks about a mysterious creature known as the Esper, which has the power to destroy the world. These visions lead Terra to question her own purpose and identity as she struggles to come to terms with the fact that she is, in fact, part human and part Esper. Rather than run away from this, as Terra learns to come to terms with her identity and find a sense of self-worth outside of her magical abilities, she learns to embrace her emotions and find strength in her vulnerabilities. This ultimately makes her into a powerful leader and ally to her companions, despite the ever-changing nature of the party throughout the game. Even though it drastically varies from time to time, Terra's strengths are shown in her ability to adapt to these situations, embrace who she is, and move forward in her existence, beyond what others have grown to expect and take for granted from her. All this includes unearthing what love actually is. My absolute favorite part of Terra's journey in Final Fantasy VI involves her discovering love, and this plays a significant role in her mental health and overall character development. As we've discussed at the beginning of the game, Terra is emotionally guarded and struggles to connect with others due to her past traumas and the emotional walls she has built up. In addition, being half human and half esper, it's apparent that Terra felt torn between the two worlds of her identities. However, throughout the game, she begins to form close relationships with her companions, and she experiences a newfound sense of love and belonging, in addition to defining who she truly is for herself. Through her experiences with love and friendship, Terra begins to open up emotionally and gradually learns to trust others. She begins to see the value in vulnerability and emotional connection, and this fuels her growth and development in meaningful ways, highlighting the importance of emotional connection and social support in promoting mental well-being. By forming close relationships with others, Terra is able to confront and overcome the emotional scars of her past, and she ultimately finds a sense of belonging and purpose that helps her to heal and move forward. I know that there's a lot of talk in the social media airwaves about hating people just in general and being tribal to ostracize the other. However, what Terra's actions show us is that social connection is paramount to healing. This goes both ways though, and I want to be very clear about this. As much as Terra herself opens up, the party also begins to embrace Terra without discrimination towards her Esper form, instead choosing to become allies as the returners. This is definitely something that we can learn from and apply to our real lives, as this is the perfect example of being able to do more united than divided. This importance of community and social support for mental health is something Final Fantasy VI nails on the nose. In fact, the Surgeon General of the United States just proclaimed that loneliness is a societal epidemic, and that the turmoil it causes is equivalent to smoking 15 cigarettes a day. I find that number to be slightly arbitrary, but you get the point. As a social species, it's not good to be alone. I even made the argument in my last video that human connection helps us progress and heal, so I urge you to find community. Whether it is in person or online, find it somewhere, anywhere. It's so good for your mental health to have community and to connect with people to rely on during times of struggle. Despite their diverse backgrounds, the characters in Final Fantasy VI came together to help and support each other. Vulnerability is one of the most powerful things in the struggle to enhance our mental health. And it demonstrates that sometimes the people you least expect will sometimes turn into your biggest allies. So open up your heart to that possibility. You never know who you might randomly meet or come across that could impact your life in a powerful way. This has happened to me many times. Now, to be balanced here, the random people I've met in my life haven't always served my greatest good, but most of the time they have. I know it's tough in our modern society to reach across the aisle and connect with people, but I will say that 10 times out of 10 it has made me a better person, even if the resulting situation was a bit awkward, which, again, happened maybe one time out of 100. Not everybody's energies mesh perfectly. For instance, I never saw my life going in the direction it did. I came from the mainstream EDM scene, and now I focus on the video game music scene because I have truly found one of the best communities in the world within it. The people I have met so far are raw, real, supportive, and I must mention, talented as hell. But back to Terra. In an article on PlayStation Lifestyle about Terra's compassion, Aidan Simmons notes that, interestingly enough, it is through the cataclysmic events that occur halfway through the story that Terra learns she is capable of both loving and being loved. After the party is scattered across the desolate world of Rune, Terra finds herself in the village of Mobliz, where all the adults have tragically perished. Taking it upon herself, she assumes the role of guardian for the orphan children in the village. The affection she develops for the children, reciprocated by their own care for her, fulfills the love that Terra has been yearning for all along. Taking over as caretaker for these children is such a powerful force of love for Terra that she initially refuses to rejoin the party, although that doesn't last for long. When Mobliz is eventually attacked again, she defends the children she cares for by transforming into her powerful Esper form. Love becomes her driving force to keep fighting, showcasing her unwavering determination to protect the downtrodden and her undying sense of compassion. Simmons also proclaims, in many forms of media, compassion is often synonymous with weakness, when in reality it couldn't be further from the truth. Though she is one of, if not the most compassionate characters in Final Fantasy VI, she's also one of the strongest. It is often said that the more generous you are and the more you care for others, the happier and more fulfilling your life is. To me, Terra's love for these children represents taking care of the discriminated against and the oppressed. This is something we should all learn from, as this is where Terra truly discovers love. Take notes, people. This is the take notes. This is where you can also become strong. Overall, Terra's discovery of love and emotional connection is a powerful reminder of the healing power of human connection and the importance of social support in promoting mental health and well-being. If you or someone you know has mental health struggles, remember that there is hope, and seeking help and support is an essential step towards recovery. I challenge you to be like Terra. You get to define yourself, despite what others say about you. Find people that you can be open with and talk about your struggles to, even if you don't suspect that they would be someone you thought could help you at first. Definitely respect people's boundaries though. Not everyone is in a place themselves to help out, and that's perfectly okay. So don't just go gushing on someone you haven't already established some sort of sense of trust with. It should come as common sense when I say this, but read the room. If you are at a place where you are able to have a conversation that could help someone, open your mind and heart to being able to help. We all have different journeys, but one thing I know is that if we come together and are dedicated to accomplishing a goal in life, we can move mountains. This is why I always type on the screen in my DJ sets that we can do so much more united than divided. You might get sick of me saying this, but it's another hill I'm willing to die on. So get used to it. This, my friends, is the key to success. Let's all help each other out and take care of each other in a world that tells us not to love our fellow human and to just accept division as if it's normal. Let's be like Terra and allow a journey of vulnerability to enable us to truly have awakening as to what love truly is, and let the compassion that flows from this strengthen your fellow human. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. It helps me since the algorithm hates me. I am going to continue this video games and mental health series because, apart from DJing and producing club-ready video game remixes, I truly desire to inspire others and help us all unlock God mode together as a community. If you like any of the music in the video, I've noted what it is in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one, where we'll be discussing the theme of time travel and mental health in video games. Peace and love, and take care of each other.